Ivermectin would change his situation. We've been told that there's nothing more they can do for him, and we feel that it can't hurt, and maybe it can help.
Right now, an Eyewitness News exclusive, a Waterbury man with COVID is clinging to life right now, and his family wants to try that controversial drug you may have heard about called Ivermectin.
But they are saying that doctors at Waterbury Hospital are refusing to give it to him. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is joining us live with this exclusive story. And Matthew, this drug has actually put people in the hospital.
Yeah, Aaron and Mark, it has. And this is a box of ivermectin that we got from a local farm supply store tonight. It was $6. And the potency, the dosage, this is meant for horses, to deworm the horses. Now, there are cases of some people taking this dosage for their COVID symptoms and getting really sick. Now, there are some doctors who say that taking ivermectin in smaller doses can help COVID patients. And the family you're about to meet says they're willing to try anything.
This is Paul Splendorio.
Paul started with a sore throat.
That was late August. Paul is not vaccinated, and in a matter of days, his brother Angelo says the 55-year-old was gasping for air.
He actually couldn't talk without coughing.
On August 29th, this father of a 5-year-old was admitted to Waterbury Hospital.
I think that he knew that he had COVID at that point.
This was a selfie Paul sent the family from his hospital room. 4 days later, he'd be on a ventilator. Last night, doctors told the family to prepare for the worst.
It was basically described to us as the goodbye call, that there was nothing more they could do for him.
Tonight, the Splendorio family says Paul is holding on, barely. They're in obvious agony over Paul's condition, but they say they feel especially helpless because since he was hospitalized late last month, they've pleaded with doctors at least 15 times to try the drug ivermectin.
Since there's nothing to lose, would you please consider using the ivermectin at this point? To which, again, he said that he didn't think it would help and it might hurt. And that's where we left it.
Splendorio knows the drug is controversial. It's a deworming drug intended for animals, but there are doctors like Joseph Verone. He's the chief of critical care at the COVID-19 unit at United Memorial Medical Center in Houston. He uses it as part of a cocktail to treat COVID, and he says he's found success.
This is an agent that has been studied in human doses, and as long as you don't go to your closest veterinary store and buy the veterinary product, you will be okay.
He says there are some countries that are using ivermectin as part of their COVID-19 treatment.
Japan, for example, Japan recently embraced it and said, hey, this is a part of the treatment against COVID-19.
However, in America, the CDC and FDA and many other doctors have warned against misusing ivermectin.
You don't want to use something intended to kill worms in animals at animal doses.
Eyewitness News reached out to Waterbury Hospital asking for their policy on ivermectin and if it's used in any capacity on any human and if it would be used at a patient's request. We were told, quote, treating a patient with ivermectin would be investigational and potentially harmful. Until there's more data available, Waterbury Hospital will not be using this medication for the treatment of COVID-19. The Splendorio family is wishing the hospital would continue to research.
If they've exhausted all means and there's information out there that this drug can help people, why not try to use it and see what happens?
So again, many doctors warning against using ivermectin, but especially at this dosage. Now, I was surprised to learn tonight that this was the only box left at a Southington store. We went to Middlefield. They were completely sold out. In fact, the clerk there told me, quote, ivermectin was flying off the shelves. But doctors on both sides of the argument can agree on this. Do not take ivermectin at this dosage. Now, back to Paul here at Waterbury Hospital. His family wanted him transferred to another hospital, but doctors say that he was not stable enough to do that. That is the latest live here in Waterbury tonight. Matthew Campbell, Channel 5 News.
That's a sad situation for the family either way. Matthew, thank you very much. Some developing news right now.